Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to add graphics to the scripts inside of AP ENPS. First, open up the script in your rundown where you want to put your graphic. To find the existing graphics templates, come over here at the bottom right corner. There's an icon labeled MOS. This is the one you want to click on to open the Ross Expression plugin. If when you click it, a web browser opens instead of Expression, then right-click the MOS icon and make sure that Expression has a checkmark next to it. Here you can see Ross Expression has opened, and I'm just expanding my screen to be able to see it better. Once the Expression plugin is open, click these three dots and you will get a pop-up window that lets you choose templates from the graphics packages for the different shows. For the purpose of this video, we will use the NewsVision graphics. So click NewsVision where you see it on the list and then click OK. This will populate all of the NewsVision graphic templates that already exist. You should be in the Graphics tab that is here on the left under Browse. If you are in a different tab, you might see different things, so make sure you're in the correct tab. To add a graphic into the script, start by double-clicking on one of the templates. I'll use the lower third here and fill it out. When using the NewsVision graphics specifically, there's an optional field for flag text. Make sure to delete that if you're not using it. Not every show's templates work the same way, so this option may not be there if you're working with other templates. So now I'm going to fill out the template, just going to use my name as an example, and I'm going to put my title as well as anchor, just for an example. After you put the text you want into the graphic, it will show you a preview of what the graphic will look like right over there. Recently, the name of the graphics channels have changed, so I have updated this video to reflect that, hence the jump cut right here. It's still very important that you look here where it says channel. Click on the drop down and you'll see lots of options, but our primary focus will be these expression ones, which are now expression B channel 1 to expression C channel 3. Remember, we have 6 channels of graphics in the control room to work with, and the way this lineup works mimics that. Expression B channel 1 is graphics 1 in the control room. Next is expression B channel 2, which is graphics 2, and expression B channel 3, which is graphics 3. After that, it can get a little confusing. Expression C channel 1 is now graphics 4. Expression C channel 2 is graphics 5, and expression C channel 3 is graphics 6. If you're confused about which graphics channel you need to select, talk to your UMTV show's executive producer, advisor, or your professor for class. With that done, the tendency is always to click Save, but do not do this. Instead, click Add to Story. To save the script, you can always use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+S or click the X to close the script and click Save. You have to manually add graphics to every script that needs a graphic. If you're adding a lower third to a package for several speakers, make sure they are added in the order they appear. And if you're creating a NewsVision lower third for the anchors, be sure to include their social media handles on the second line of the graphic. The next graphic I'm going to show you is an OTS, which stands for over the shoulder. I have to go back to graphics now because I am looking for that OTS. OTS graphics can be tricky because you have to know which anchor is on camera when we're showing the OTS. If the anchor is sitting on the left side of the desk, you want the OTS on the left. If the anchor is sitting on the right, you want to choose an OTS right. You want the graphic to go on the outside shoulder of the anchor, not the inside shoulder of the anchor who is on camera. So for this video, let's select an OTS right. I'm going to search OTS and then click on the one that says right. In order to create a graphic like this with a specific photo, you will need to access the library of photos to use, but there is limited access to faculty and staff. You will need to give them the pictures you want to include in the graphic. They will publish them and make them available inside the library. By default, not everything is going to be there, so if there is something specific you are going to need for a show, send your show's advisor the file as soon as you can, and they will put it in so that it is available to you as one of the options you're about to see. But if the photo you need is already in the library, come over to this tab on the left that says Clips. Click on it. There is lots of photos in here already. So come over here where it says Quick Find and click this blue arrow icon here. Over to the right where it has project names, if you click the arrow, you can see there are a lot of different projects under the tab. If you're working with a specific show, you will click that one. For this video, I will use JMM 345 graphics. So if we're making this for our 345 class, we will click JMM 345 and you will see the photos that are going to be used for the shows. Say I want to use the Miami skyline graphic. I'm going to make sure I'm in the Clips tab, then click on the photo I want and drag it over here to where it says Edit. Don't let go yet. Then drop it into where it says Material Face. Now the material face will change to the picture we dragged over. Another thing you can add to an OTS is text. Under Text for OTS, you can click and write whatever short text you want under the picture. Depending on how the template is made, you may be able to turn off the visibility of the text bar. In this case, I don't have that option. But if we did, and we don't want to see the text bar at the bottom, you can unclick that option next to the bar and the text would say visible. So if you did, in theory, uncheck it, it will disappear, and if you click it again, it would reappear. Remember to set the channel of graphic, whichever one you know it needs to be on. Then I'm going to open a new script to save the graphic. Click Add to Story and save it. Now let's look at some other graphics. I'm going to go back to the Graphics tab where I can view all my graphics. I just opened up a new script really quick where I can put any future graphics that I make, deleting OTS so I can see the rest of the NewsVision graphics. If you want to show multiple on-air talent at the same time, like we normally do for live shots, where the reporter's on the left side of the screen and the reporter in the field is on the right, then we'd use a double box graphic like this one. The text under each box should serve as a locator, telling the viewer where each reporter is located. We also have full screen graphics, which can be used a couple of different ways. So type FS to search the type of full screens we have. For example, if UM's president issues a statement on a story we're covering, we can quote all or part of the statement and type it into a full screen like this. You would type the statement right here. We can also add a photo or logo to the full screen the same way we do for the OTS if you click this type of full screen. Sometimes the full screen is only a photo with no text, in which case we can use this template here. If you want to edit an existing graphic in a script, go back into that script and double-click the graphic. Notice how the same window pops up, but this time it says Edit Mode along the top. Then you can go make the changes needed. Then click Update Story. Do not click Add to Story this time because it would add another instance of the graphic. To delete an existing graphic, click on it once and then hold down Shift and click Delete. When we're done with the graphics, I'm just going to go through all my scripts and make sure that the graphics are saved into the scripts by clicking the X and clicking Save Changes. After that, we need to come up here to the top and click on the Production tab and look for MOS Story Send. Click it and this window will pop up. You want to make sure ROS expression is checked and whatever studio you are in is also checked. That will send the graphics over to the playout software, which is the remote sequencer, and the text of your script will go to the teleprompter. Then click MOS Ready to Air and MOS Control Active. When you're done with the show, make sure you come back into the rundown and un-MOS everything along the top.